Hey everybody, it is crap, I don't even know what it is, day 3? Yes, day 3 of my 30-day challenge, and so I'm going to totally admit, I am videotaping this after having a large uh, vodka, because I went out to dinner with a bunch of people that I work with. And I'm curious, has anybody else who've had weight loss surgery literally one cocktail and game over? That shit goes right to your head. Well, that's totally where I am, but I'm videotaping anyway because I'm on my 30-day challenge. So how did I do today? Um, so it was interesting because today was the first day since my 30-day challenge started. Granted, it's only day 3. That I was back at work, and the horrendous snack closet known as the office, which is full of goldfish and granola bars and chocolate and all of that stuff, was at my disposal, and I didn't actually partake today, which was pretty good. Had some oatmeal for breakfast and then a quinoa salad, which, by the way, oh my god, if you haven't eaten quinoa, it's delicious. And then I had a little afternoon snack of some English muffin with a little peanut butter, and then we did go out for sushi, so I actually had some fish tonight, and as I said before, sushi still is pretty damn delicious, but not a ton of it. Now I've lost my phone, which is generally irritating, but anyway. But today was about, ooh, there we go, Shrink Yourself, a book I have picked up, or was given just recently, and I have read tons and tons and tons of books, but this is called Break Free from Emotional Eating Forever, A Therapist's Guide to Losing Weight. Um, and I wanted to share it with everybody because of everything that it said. I want to read the back cover for you a second. It says, emotional eating is by far the most common cause of weight gain, and all the diets, exercise regimens, and surgical procedures in the world will not free you from the problem. Why? Because they don't address your reasons for overeating. In Shrink Yourself, renowned psychiatrist and emotional eating expert Dr. Roger Gould offers a first step-by-step analysis of the connection between eating and emotion and shows you how to break off the emotional eating cycle, shed your excess pounds, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so I started reading this book, and the first half of the book, uh, not all of it spoke to me, but a pretty significant amount of it spoke to me. And I'm actually going to delve into one section. What's been interesting is the second half of the book, which is about the exercises, I've had a really hard time reading, which talks to you a little bit about how, while I've had weight loss surgery, the emotional eating part of this hasn't gone away. So hunger, like the physical hunger, was never my problem. I was not hungry in the physical form. I was mentally hungry a lot. When we talk about emotional eating, it's not like I want to cry, therefore I eat. It was, I'm bored. It's there. Um, I want something in my mouth. I, everything. A good reaction, a bad reaction, it doesn't really matter. Um, and as I mentioned, there's a lot in this book that really rang true for me, and one of them was specifically a chapter called The Safety Layer. And I'm going to read to you again, and sorry for looking down. I'd look at the camera, but I can't. Um, and I'm wondering how many of you guys this rings true to. So here goes. I'm guessing that food still feels enticing in spite of the knowledge about shrinking yourself that you have so far. You can't just help yourself. Why? Because you're human, a complicated entity full of contradictions. You say you want to lose weight, and you have all the evidence to prove it, the diet books, the exercise videos, the low-fat foods in the fridge, and in our case, the weight loss surgery. Unfortunately, you also have part of yourself that wants to stay overweight. Now, I read that sentence, and I was like, asshole, I don't think so. And here's what he has to say. This is different from what we've been discussing so far, and I am at page 93 on the book, so just to give you an idea, there's a ton more before this. Up until now, we've approaching this problem from the part that you Part of you that wants to lose weight but is having a hard time giving up the advantages of food as an over-the-counter tranquilizer. Now that we want to look at a deeper layer, the part of you that actually wants to be fat. It's the part that's responsible for you regaining the weight after you've lost it, or the part of you that just digs in at heels and says, I just want to eat as much as I want. The hell with this diet stuff. We're introducing you to your rebellious self. It speaks to you to the side of yourself that sabotages your efforts to diet, the part of you that wants to stay fat, that actually uses your weight to prevent you from having the life you want. Most of this book has been dedicated to the rational side of yourself, the sensible self, the you that's fully committed to losing weight, that wants to have a healthy and attractive body, better relationships, and life fulfillment. But this other part of you, which I call the rebellious self, not only exists in your efforts to diet, but is terrified of losing weight. It's almost as though you have two beings inside at odds with each other. There's a part of you that desperately wants to lose weight, and there's a part of you that sabotages all your efforts. Now, I could keep going on this particular video, but I won't. And what was the other piece that I just so rang true to me? So I'm just going to read again, sorry. This is what the video is today, me reading to you. Your conscious, rational mind probably finds the idea of using food for protection as an absurd notion. Most likely you consider fat as a curse, not a warm, fuzzy blanket to snuggle inside. And so if you do, in fact, hide behind the fat in order to protect yourself, the chances are good that you haven't been aware of it. The chances are good that you feel uncomfortable with this material. But please don't take offense. Read on and at least consider the possibility that you're a bit more attached to your fat than you care to admit. This is the last reading. My weight is, I believe, one of the primary spiritual issues in my life. It's why I run from opportunities to lead and make excuses about my performance. It's why I dread dressing up in a suit and being an adult I should be at my age and station. It's why I shy away from friendships, project rejection from others. It's why I'm painfully selfish. It's why I'm often grouchy, mean, and overly sensitive for no reason. It's why I'm jealous of others. It's a source of resentment. How many of you guys have felt that way before, during, well, maybe not during, but certainly before surgery? I know I did. And it's that point where feeling that way is worse than feeling the way you feel, if that makes any sense. It's about that tipping scale. Everyone talks about that aha moment of where you should be. And what is probably the biggest challenge for someone who's really close to goal is tapping into that side, getting used to the fact that people don't see me as the fat girl anymore. And I'm not sure my head is there, and I certainly struggle with all of this. No, it doesn't help that this is cocktail-driven conversation. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but you know what? Damn it, I'm recording. Yeah, how do I get to be those two people? I don't know how to be the thin person, and therefore getting there is not as simple. Are any of you guys that way? You know, I almost feel with jealousy the people who were thin as a child and know what it was like, and are now fat. And you know, I'm not even going to candy coat this. We were fat. A BMI over 40 is fat. Who are we kidding? I struggle with where that is and what does that mean and what does it mean to be slim. And that's absolutely why I think I have challenges today. So I'm struggling with this book, but it really resonated with me. And as I told you, I only read a tiny part of what this book is all about, but it's really as you can tell, it's really resonated with me, and I carry it around, and I'm trying to finish it, and shit. What's it? Oh, there we are. Only on page 172. I wonder what the last page says. I wonder if it has anything, uh, here you go. I'm going to finish this, up. I don't know what my camera's doing. There we go. With a little thing. It's your life, and only you can make it work. It's better to have the power of self-determination than to give away your power to your own primitive conscience. A mature conscience makes life a hell of a lot easier. As the adult author of your life, you can write the book any way you want. Okay, easier said than done. I will leave you with that, and I should go to bed. You guys have a good one, and I will talk to you tomorrow.